This demo I'll with AVNation with an InfoComm 2019 special. What we're doing is we are previewing the exhibitors coming to the show June 12th through the 14th. The entire show is June 8th through the 14th, but the show floor itself is June 12th through the 14th. With me today to talk about Yamaha Unified Communications is Holger Stoltz. Welcome, Holger.
Thank you. Welcome.
You guys are in booth number 4961. Yamaha has really dove into this whole unified communications vertical. So, Holger, when we walk into the booth at 4961, what are we going to find?
You will find a lot of our newest, or I should say old products, as well as new products in the unified communication space. We will talk about small size or small solutions for single users or smaller rooms, huddle rooms, up to solutions which actually really go into the boardroom, but are still out of the box, so that actually an IT department, not necessarily AV fluent or very knowledgeable company, can actually go ahead and set up these solutions in their rooms. So to talk about some of the products which we are showing, we do have the CS700, which is our video soundbar. That's actually a product which we already announced 1.5 years ago. But actually at this InfoComm, we now actually add a wireless extension mic to it, allowing customers who have larger rooms, who have maybe acoustically challenging rooms, maybe have problems in having a wire for an extension microphone, to really start to expand the capture of the audio using the wireless extension microphone. So that is the first new product which we will be showing. In the area of conference phones, we actually will show the next generation of our YVC300 product line, which will be the YVC330. The interesting thing which we are adding here actually is what we call SoundCap. SoundCap technology is three different things in one. Number one, it actually builds an automatic cap over the sound capture which we are having, meaning that if you are in a noisy environment, if you are in an open workspace, you no longer capture people who are outside of the 5-6 feet radius around your microphones. They actually will automatically being cut off. That audio will no longer be transferred to the far end. Instead, only people who are within that cap are really being captured, and that audio is being sent. That is just the audio in. The other annoying thing typically when people use these speakerphones in open environments is speaker volume. Because somebody was a little bit louder, they put the speaker volume up. That person is now less loud, they don't adjust the speaker volume anymore. So these devices tend to get louder and louder and louder during the day. What actually SoundCap does, it automatically adjusts the volume of the speaker based on surround noise. So if there's people who are noisy around the area, yes, the speaker does go up. But if the sound level from outside the cap goes down, actually the speaker volume goes down again. And the third thing is actually a very interesting technology to switch on and switch off microphones based on actually if we detect anything meaningful in the area of the sound cap. And actually, therefore, again, reducing the amount of noise that is traveled to the far end. We are very excited about that because this is really a big step forward for people using our products in open environments.
Real quickly, Holger, what do you mean discover or detect something of importance or interesting?
So that goes actually, when I talk about the cap, we're trying to capture only things which are inside the bubble, as I call it sometimes, so within the 6 feet diameter. But there could also be noise sources within that 6 feet. So we actually try to identify also noises which are coming inside of, or which are happening within the cap, within the 6 feet, and actually are trying to limit these as well.
Very cool.
Okay.
All right, so so you talked a lot about the unified communication and the speakers you've got going on there. When you talk to dealers, that you see is one of those areas where dealers still are not quite. Some dealers are not quite wrapping their heads around how to make this work and how to talk to their customers. how are you able to help them, not just with your products, but also help them kind of educate them on doing a proper presentation, but also a proper installation?
Education, of course, is a big part of that, as you just mentioned, and that's education both for the end user and the installer. A lot of end users, unfortunately, still see a product which costs $60, and they buy it, and they believe that is the solution for their boardroom. So we are in the process, or actually in the task, I would say, or one of our tasks is to educate the end user to understand what is good audio, so that they actually, when they come forward and ask an installer or look for a solution, already understand that the solution which they might have liked because of the price might not be the right solution for their environment. Now, with resellers and installers, we actually have a regional team or a field team, which is, of course, based off sales managers, but also technical sales team, which actually is on regular intervals visiting our resellers, visiting interested resellers who take on our products or who have our products, and actually go in on a regular basis and train them and make sure that they understand what is new, what is even not new. We talked about it the last time, but are there additional questions which you had? So really going out into the field and talking to all of them on a regular basis.
Oh, very cool. All right, Holger, you've talked about the audio now. What else is Yamaha going to be showing at the show?
Of course, audio, because we are an audio company. But besides the speakerphone, one of the requests which we have received a lot over the last few months was actually looking at a soundbar just by itself. And we will actually introduce the enterprise soundbar ESB 1080 at InfoComm. The idea here really is that Yamaha, of course, is known for audio and good audio. We have done that mostly for the personal use, home use kind of environment. If you get into an enterprise, there are slightly different requirements which you have for a soundbar, which have to do with control, which have to do with audio quality as well, which have to do with what is the size of the rooms versus living room versus environments in an enterprise. So we actually have developed this enterprise soundbar specifically for use in the enterprise, and we are looking at different use cases even there. So we support it as part of a conference room where it is audio playback like in a conference call or in a video call, but it also supports environments where you just need audio like in a reception area or something like that, where you play audio, where you have a TV running with the latest Bloomberg news or whatever it is, and need a device which actually provides good audio, but keeps people from just playing around with it and changing the audio level and all of that. And your receptionist has to go in every 30 minutes and correct the system again. So the whole idea here is actually to provide an audio device, audio out device only, which is perfect for the enterprise. We also take this device actually and will provide an audio-video collaboration kit where we're taking that soundbar and we have a separate independent camera which will be sold as part of that kit. That actually allows you, compared to the CS700 where you have all-in-one device, which actually forces you to, wherever you put the video camera, that's where your audio is. Wherever you put your audio, that's where your video camera is. Now being able to actually taking it apart and saying, here's your audio bar or your sound bar, and here's your video camera, and now you can actually decide where you put what based on your room setup. That is actually a new bundle or kit which we will introduce at InfoComm to actually allow our customers, our resellers, to be more flexible in their installations.
Wow. One thing about that we typically ask folks when we're talking about brand new products is shipping dates or shipping availability. You're going to be showing this again June 12th to the 14th with number 4961. When roughly, and if it varies, just say it varies, but when roughly will we be able to get a hold of it?
So when I talked about the wireless microphone kit, that actually will be starting immediately. The enterprise soundbar will be shipping about a month within InfoComm.
Okay.
And when we talked about YBC 330 with its sound cap, that will be about 2 to 3 months after. So we're talking about late summer for that product.
But still, somewhere between the first month and at least, but certainly by the third quarter of this year.
Yes, correct.
Very good. Holger, not everybody's going to the show. Again, the booth number for Yamaha Unified Communications is 4961. So if they're not going, but they want to find out everything that Yamaha will be talking about that week, how do they get a hold of you guys?
Of course, on our website, which is uc.yamaha.com. And you can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn under our company name.
All right, very good. Holger Stoltz from Yamaha. Again, 4961 is their booth number for us, for AVNation. You go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. You'll find this program and a host of others, as well as our coverage of InfoComm 2019, June 12th to the 14th. All that and more at avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.